Hey Virgos, this is your, well, it's end of August, so I'm just going to make it the September reading. So it's your end of August, because like a few days left, September reading for 2018. First of all, I want to start off with saying thank you so much to all of you who have supported me or helped support me in this part of my journey. Whether it's liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, hitting the bell for the notifications. Anybody who's purchased like services or readings from me, thank you so much. Those of you who have donated monetarily to my channel, thank you so much. All of this really warms my heart. Like, it really means a lot to me. And just making it to where I can keep doing what I'm doing and helping people and serving, you know, part of my mission. So thank you so much. In saying that, like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. Really hit the notifications. I put out different types of videos and I'll be putting out more. So you'll be notified of that instead of having to look for them. This energy may resonate with, some of it may apply, none of it may apply, all of it may apply. It's for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have significant Venus in your charts, or if this video just resonates with you. To get a more complete picture, or even if this video doesn't resonate with you, check out my other videos, your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anything you have significant in your chart and whatever resonates with you. And this energy could be flip-flop. I could be reading it for you. It could be for someone else. It could be for a cross-watcher. I could read this for love. It could be work. It could be career. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be a project. Whatever. Just apply it to your life as necessary. Just know if it applies to you. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. If it does, it does. Like I said, I'm just going to read it as whatever it comes up to me. I really see this. I'm going to read it as probably a relationship. Apply it to your situation as necessary if it applies. Flip-flop it if it needs to be. Whatever. Virgos. So, a lot of the energy of this is similar to Scorpio. So, because I just did Scorpio. And it's very much a similar energy. I mean, even your main card right out the gate is the same. A lot of your cards are the same. So we're just going to move forward, but you may want to check it out. I don't know if you ever, Scorpio somewhere in your chart, if you're dealing with a Scorpio, you know, whatever. So in the core, you know, the main position of this, you have the Three of Swords. Something is really hurting you mentally that's of matters of the heart. You might have gotten some type of communication of some type of information or secrets, like clarifying that you have the secrets card and like the commitment card, like the ring. So you might have literally found something out about a commitment that is really bothering you. You could be dealing with an Aries too. But crossing you, you have the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups. So this could be about either a Taurus or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Or this could literally be having to do with like a family, a marriage, a long type of commitment situation. Like a marriage and a family, or something that's been like significant for a good little while. And I don't know, like either you found something out that it's either ending or it's in trouble or something's going on with it. Something that's just affecting it that's not that great. It could be that, you know, something that's been going on for a while, but maybe even the person you're with, like maybe you work too much. Either somebody may work too much and the other person's not okay with that, or somebody has issues settling down. Or somebody just may be wanting something different. But I get the feeling for some people that somebody works a lot or they have to travel a lot for work. And this causes a lot of fights in a certain relationship or situation. You know, it's kind of caused issues on the relationship. Maybe somebody even drinks a lot because of that. But there's a lot of burdening cards, like causing fights, maybe even drinking, grief, issues in the relationship, people not being honest or upfront. Deception maybe. So whether you're doing something deceiving or somebody else is, but I think some type of secret either came out or is going to come out, where either you learn about it or somebody else learns about it. And I do think it has to do with like a long-term commitment, like marriage or family or whatever. In the foundation or the more recent past, you have the Four of Swords. So you could have really been going within, kind of healing, resting, thinking about what you really want to do, preparing. You might have really been preparing. Maybe even for either healing, thinking and strategizing, and or like literally preparing for the conflict. A possible conflict. I think it's trying to think about what you want. Either stopping the deception if it's you, about how to gain stability. Like really maybe how to just let me see what this thing says. Just out of curiosity. Yeah. Like, how to just maybe, like, finally be, you know, like you. How to heal. How to be you. Like, you... I think you're getting to a point where either you don't want to deal with deception or you don't want to be, you don't want to be deceptive. And deceptive doesn't even mean like you have to be like wrong or, you know, mean or doing nasty things. It could literally be like, you're just not being who like you really are. You're not comfortable with your surroundings. You're not comfortable, with your home life, with what's going on. Like, it's not, it's an image. Like, I get like almost like an image. Like, it's just not really what you want. It's not really who you are. Whether this is breaking your heart because you know this is going on within you and you know you're going to have to do something about it. Or whether someone else is feeling this way and you learned this. Maybe that's why you work a lot, if you do work a lot. I don't know. I think just maybe, and I mean, the foundation of this reading and or maybe in the more distant past is you just trying to figure it out in what makes you happy because it was all about image and you not really seeing yourself or seeing things properly. In the more recent past, you have the Emperor. So somebody in your environment that, you know, maybe a little controlling, or they could just be, you know, really responsible, growing things, getting things done. I kind of get this as you, at least as of right now while I'm talking. I think it's you trying to decide what you really want, looking for internal and possibly also, you know, spiritual or cosmic guidance if you're into that, but really looking at your internal compass. Like, she's going within. Like, he's looking at, you know, almost like a compass, like guidance to gain control of where he wants to go in life and what he wants to build. What does he want his empire to look like? I think it's about building an empire. He's also a fatherly figure. So, is there anything else that's about? You could be trying to gain a level of control because there was deception in your family, and I think it's causing problems, whether it's coming from you or it's coming from somebody else. I think your household and your family, I don't want to say it was all for show, like none of it was real, but there was a level of deception and not being real and not really being either who you are or someone else being who they are, or just, and you're trying to figure out what you want and gain a certain level of control. And since this is a family and a marital, like I get a lot, like not everybody's going to be in this. Some of it might just be a significant relationship or whatever. I think there is either a significant relationship or a marriage, like a family that probably has kids. And I think because of this level of deception or things that were being revealed, whether it was literally deceptive actions or just one or both of you not really being real with yourselves about what you guys really wanted, it was causing a level of nervousness within you about your family, about your family unit. You might have kids, like you might be like a fatherly figure, or it could be a mother, but a significant figure in the household at the very least. And I think with the stuff that's coming up and where you see things going, it's bringing about anxiety in you and worry about things within your family. And you're really trying to seek a level of guidance of what to do, whether it's a family or just the structure of what you've built so far. Because what's in your thoughts is the Knight of Cups. So it could be you know, wanting to think about you and what you want. But you may want to offer your cup to somebody or be with somebody else. Which may be a bad thing. Under this, there's a shark underneath it. So somebody could just either be in love with love or offering their love, you know, in a risky kind of way. Tell me about this Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's not... I don't think it's really... I think the shark thing under it is accurate. Like, because to clarify that, you have the mountains, which it's going to be a challenge. Or there's a lot of blocks to this offer of love that you're thinking of. This could also be a foe. Or somebody who's just not a good person. But... more about this. Could be something that suddenly ended. Well... it could be something that's ended. And... there was deception or falseness involved, either on your part or on this other person's part. It could have even seemed like it was something that was loyal and was getting better at one time. But I don't think it is now. You have the Court card, the Heart card, unexpected money. Fork in the road. Change. Yeah, like I think there's an ending here and a change, a fork in the road coming. I guess the cycle could get better. I think it's like completely ending though. I think you guys have been working on it. It's been a challenge for a good little while, but it's ending. There's just too much falseness or deceit here going on, whether it's literally actions or just you guys not being real with yourself and not one or both of you not really wanting this. Like, upholding it or trying to keep it for the wrong reasons. And it may have even looked at certain points, like I said, like it was loyal or getting better, but you know, it's not. So yeah, for most people, it's done. This is karmic, whatever this is. So maybe there's a chance that some of you, this cycle could be done and that it could get better. I don't think so. This is a karmic situation for most people. And this situation is coming to an end. Like, this is just not... I think you're trying to think whether to keep offering your love or not, because you're just maybe starting to realize it for, like, what it is. I don't think you saw it before for what it was. You just saw it for the image it gave. There was a family, or it was a unit, there was stability, there was a household. Whatever you saw, you didn't see things properly. It served at one time, so that's that. But you didn't see things properly. And I feel like now you are, because in your core position, you have the Three of Swords, and you have the Secrets card, and you have the Commitment, the Ring card. So you're seeing something, and in your likely future, you have the Seven of Swords. And you're leaving behind things, like you've made a decision to leave. Somebody's made a decision to leave. You are leaving behind things that somebody is, or that like they had to go. And like she's kind of sad. She's either sad about leaving and she doesn't want to go, but she has to, or she's like wishing she could take all of it, but she can't. So you're sad about things that are going to be left behind. I'm sure you're sad about the ending too. I mean, most people, even if they're done with a situation, aren't just completely happy. I mean, yes, there may be a level of relief or whatever, but there is a certain level of sadness and release that has to go along with that. Not only as just the people around them, especially if you have kids or, you know, that person, if you cared for them, that doesn't just go away, but also because it's a part of yourself that is changing. And, you know, a lot of ways it feels like dying too, but it's really just changing. But you or somebody is leaving. There may be deception again, but I get this as leaving. Let's see if I can pull anything. 25/7/4. Yeah, it's done. Bereavement, funeral, leaving, finito. How you see yourself is you have the Hangman. You could be very emotional. It's a Pisces card, but so you could be very emotional actually about this. But this is like you being stuck in a different position. You know, you probably will gain a certain level of enlightenment or an awakening. He does have the key in his hands, so he can get himself down from this position. But you're kind of just staying there. Like, I don't even think you want to move at this point. Like, just like want to chill. You know, it's probably just a lot. You could be trying to gain a different perspective on all this. You could just be waiting, like just relaxing. and thinking. Tell me about the Hangman. You're trying to figure out what's going to bring you happiness. What direction do you want to take? Your path. Where do we go from here? Where do I go from here? You're trying to gain enlightenment too. I mean, it's the Sun card. So you are trying to gain enlightenment. But you're trying to see your path. You're trying to decide where do I go? Where do I want to go? The cycle has ended. Where am I going from here? Could be about a Leo. I think it's just about yourself. In your environment or how others see you is you have the Queen of Swords. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or you could be dealing with somebody of that energy of those properties. They could have wrote you a message like in this, she's writing a message, or like somebody might have literally wrote you a message. Like in here's your Three of Swords. Like someone could have left you a message saying like, I'm sorry I had to go. Maybe that's the secret that you learned. Whether somebody told you or not, or just left you a message. Somebody has either discerned within the situation to either end it or this is you. So either this is somebody in your environment or this is how others are seeing you. I feel like I don't know, I guess it could be for different ones. Either this could be some Virgos and you guys knew about it. You just didn't take action and someone else did and it still hurts. Because I feel like you both have known about this. Like this is a vibe I feel is like you've both known about this. You've both felt this way. But one of you made the move. Whether you talked about it and you did it, or whether, you know, certain deceit or secrets came up and you just couldn't ignore it anymore and someone just bit the bullet and did it. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Somebody ended the situation. So I was going to say maybe it was somebody you're interested in, but the end of a situation. Wow. Like, so I clarify, it's the end of a situation. So, I mean, I don't know what more to say about that. Like, somebody in your environment is ending the situation, or how others are seeing you is that you're ending the situation. In your hopes and fears, you have the Ace of Swords. So you may be hoping, again, for like how you're seeing yourself, you're trying to gain a level of clarity. Maybe you do, some of you fear that certain wrongdoings that you've done may come to the surface, and hopefully they don't. But I think that in a way, you're kind of hoping for all of this to end. In a way, you're fearing for all of it. Like, what information might you learn about, you know, things with your family, legal issues, lawyer issues, divorce, like what money are you going to have to pay, possible child support, you know, maybe even if this has to do with kids in a marriage or a situation, like just the fears, like all the fears that go along with it, you know, like your kids being around, you know, your ex's new significant other, or child support, marital support, spousal support, you even having to take care of yourself right now, your life being different, and in one hand that being exciting, and on the other hand that being scary. Yeah, like the subconscious allusions to that, like just, it's gonna be a little bit scary. But on one hand, I think you're wanting this new start. And on the other hand, it scares you. And on the other hand, you want enlightenment. You know, you're just stuck right now. You're just a little bit hurt. And you're stuck. And you're just in the dark and not seeing things fully right now. I think what it is too is that you're really in your head. You're trying not to be in your emotions. You're resisting it. I think because you don't want to be, and it's going to hurt. But to be honest with you, one of the reasons that it's really hurting you is because you're resisting going into your emotions, which is what keeps it hurting and what keeps you from like not being able to see this level of enlightenment that you're trying to get. Because the vibe that I'm getting is that the enlightenment you're seeking is within your emotions. Not only within like your shadow and how you're feeling, but your intuition. A lot of people, because they, you know, your emotions hurt so bad, especially when you're younger and you don't know how to process them yet. We learn or try to shut down our emotions like it's a bad thing and they're really overwhelming and all that. When it's not. Your emotions are supposed to be like your roadmap. They're supposed to help guide you and navigate you in your life on which way to go. So if this is hurting so bad, and the reason I say that is, you know, with this hurting, this is the Three of Swords, but this is in your head. It's also a Virgo quality too, you know, just worrying and being really in your head. And then you're seen also as the Emperor, which is not a very emotional, not seeing things properly. Like this is upside down. Like this wolf is not seeing that it's a wolf, or I'm sorry, a fox. The only cup card, you know, you have the Ten of Cups, but that's just the view of your family. Like the only real emotion card besides your family or the family idea concept is the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups. But under that, there's a shark. So I think you've learned at this point, or are telling yourself at this point, that emotions are not good. They're burdensome, they're scary, they're hurtful, like we just don't want to deal with them. You would not even deal with them in your mind if you could shut that off. And I think you're trying, but it's not going that well. And like I said, the reason it's not going that well is because you are resisting your emotions instead of embracing your emotions and processing through it so that you can see and it can go away. As long as you resist your emotions in the way you are and not work through them and allow them to be your internal compass, you might gain some alignment. But not your full enlightenment, or it's going to come bombarding you by spirit, and it's really going to hurt. So anyways, in your likely outcome, you have the Devil reversed, and you have the Nine of Wands. So, you know, yay, the ending of a situation that has been rough for you. You know, needing endurance through it. You've really been having to defend yourself. I don't know if that's because, you know, you've done a lot of stuff that you've had to defend yourself in court, or if it's just the whole process through it, you know, things with your kids, the person themselves, whatever. But clarifying the devil reversed is you have the Justice card and you have the High Priestess. So, yes, you know, there's your separation or your divorce, maybe a balance to this situation. Maybe you guys are fighting to save it. I more get it's the end of it. You have a lot of, or it's the end of a cycle, but I think it's the end of it. There could also be a secret about maybe a mistress. So I don't know, you know, if you have to like defend yourself in court with that. But maybe having to deal with secrets that led to the divorce, secrets within the process of the divorce. Could be mistress activity. Fighting. I definitely get fighting. Like somebody thinking they're the good one and the other one's evil or bad. And not, like, this is really a karmic situation. It really is showing that because, you know, I think both of you in the past really didn't see this for what it was. Or you did and you were just really trying to save face and make this work and create a certain appearance. But, you know, you guys are really going at each other and like, no, you're good, you're bad, no, you're bad, you're good. And neither one like fully really seeing it or the cycle or what's really going on here. Like just nobody's seeing, like nobody's going within, no one's looking at their intuition. Like there's just so many levels of like information and secrets here that's not being seen. Whether it's legit actions by people or it's just stuff within yourself because nobody is looking within. Like this is all just external. This is all like, I don't know. I don't want to say lower vibrational because it may or may not be, but it may have been in the past at least. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of even secrets coming up within like the court battle or whatever, and you've really, I don't know, it's just been taking a beating on you. You've really had to defend yourself. There's a lot of fighting, defending, winning battles going on. I mean, the good news is that it looks like you come out of it pretty good. I mean, you're definitely beaten a little bit. But she's standing there alone. She's taken out like this many people with wands. You know, I mean, you're definitely holding your own. I mean, she almost looks shell-shocked. Like, holy crap. If you didn't see before, you're gonna now. Like, you're probably really gonna need to rest after this. But there is an ending to a situation, for sure. You have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Swords, integration. And more with these, it's like participation, receptivity, the mind. You know, here's your mind, just all over the place. And you have integration. What is this? Temperance? I think this is temperance. All right. Okay. Yeah. But it's about helping you gain a better level of stability, but teaching you to get that stability inward before it goes external to you, so that you're aligned and all within yourself, and you are going to mentally be integrating. Like right now, your mind is just like this. It's a hot mess. Like little towers going all over the place. Boom, 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 boom. I think I literally said that in Scorpio's reading too. I was like, it's like a bunch of little mini towers that probably add up to like one big tower. But and you're good. It's because you're not integrated. This process is going to be teaching you to integrate and balance yourself and have a level of action with receptivity. You might even be coming into a relationship after that is a very spiritual relationship. It's one that's more written in the stars. If not, either way, this is teaching you to go within, to connect, and to be more in alignment and participation with basically your soul's purpose, your soul's path. It's helping you to connect and integrate within yourself. It is giving you a better level of balance and stability. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I can just feel like the level of like anxiety. You just want to be relaxed and calm and happy again and have things just flowing. And you tried in this to make this, but it's just clearly not working. Whether it was you or somebody else who was like, screw this, like I'm not trying anymore. And that probably would really hurt too. So if you are on the receiving end of that, of you trying and then somebody else finally stops it after, you would put yourself out so long, that probably really could mentally mess with you too. But that's really more your ego, so don't let that really mess with you. Don't think like that if you are, okay? I understand it, but card. Yeah, you have a lot about going within and like the moon. You might even be able to like meditate and go within and get like knowledge of like your past lives. You may even want to meditate on like the Akashic records and be able to gain either knowledge or strengths or skills from your past lives that you could take on from them. It'll give you a better understanding of really how to fly in this world, how to navigate this world better. So it might actually be a really good idea of you for who's ever listening to this video like this. This is about past lives. And that's really what I got from it was you could have people coming in like this soulmate thing that I said. You could have a soulmate relationship for some of you coming in from a past life, past in this life or a past life. But I also get for others of you that if you're really struggling because, you know, this is gaining a certain level of awareness or skills or whatever, you're going to have to go within in yourself and go in your emotions. And either when you learn about them, it may happen without you meaning to, or you could literally go in and like try to learn and get skills and knowledge you gained from past lives and go like, you know, do a past life or Akashic record meditation and really gain that level of knowledge like this, you know, this knowledge from the past and within in your emotions, like deep within your emotions or your intuition. And this knowledge will help you navigate and fly in this world better. Understanding, like you'll understand things a lot better, and it'll also free you. It'll change. It'll be the wheel of fortune. You know, it'll help turn things. Things are turning anyways, but that will really help you. And like I said, here's your I think is your Page of Wands. It'll give you a level of playfulness, but it'll start you on a new journey. Not only of seeing yourself, this is the Lover's card. So not only of seeing yourself and balancing your masculine and your feminine, but of raising your level of consciousness and awareness. And also, I think for at least some of you, this is like that spiritual connection I was talking about. And it's about things within yourself. Like this is the Strength card, courage. And like I said, you did have a few different things. Was that it? About Leo, Gemini, whatever. Not only things growing within yourself, like this is about this thing grew in the most unlikely of circumstances and places, but just that perfect situation within like the environment or the universe that something was able to grow in an unlikely way. And I think this is within you, but I think this is also, it's going to end up, I feel, for at least some of you externally in a relationship. But at the very least, it's going to start with you. And it's going to cause a breakthrough. You're going to come through. Here's a tower. Things are just going to change. Your enlightenment that you've been waiting for, it is coming. And now you're going to just fall and release and trust to a level of healing and love, you know, about, here's your Six of Cups, that spiritual relationship I was talking about. Something that you've probably already been thinking about anyways, or this is from like a past life. Like I said, it could be the past in this life or literally a past life or both. And you're going to break out of your shell. Wow. This is rising like a phoenix. This is again the Hangman card, but like see how the guy is like down on the ground crawling and then he just grows and becomes stronger. And then you have the Seven of Cups. But to me in this, like, this is very much significant for me of, yes, could be projections within a relationship, but it's very much like a twin flame or just a very strong spiritual relationship. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. So it could be really slow to get there. Could be you, Virgo. It could be very slow to form. But all the same, it's manifesting and growing. This is the Magician card. It will end up coming together. Celebration. The Empress card. You might even have a level of guilt about, like, not seeing this, especially if it's somebody from your past. Because you have, like, in between it, you have guilt, and then you have postponement, and then you have sorrow, which is like the Eight of Swords, Four of Swords, Nine of Swords. So in between being trapped and having anxiety, like, here's you with the Four of Swords. It's like you're sitting there thinking about something and preparing and trying to figure something out, like you were really anxious about in your distant past. You did gain a certain level of control in your recent past, but it was things that were giving you anxiety and sorrow about your family. But here's you thinking about it. So again, here's you thinking about it, trying to see things from a different perspective, but you're having guilt and anxiety around it. You're feeling stuck. But it's now about seeing something before that was black and white. And all of a sudden it's not black and white anymore. It's not as clear cut as you thought it was. But also seeing something that you thought was like dead and lifeless, and now it's filled with beauty. So this person could literally be from your past. I don't know. But and you have the Queen of Swords again. Going with the flow, the burden, silence. And the King of Swords. This is really eerily, like, close to, like, Scorpio's reading. So I don't know, but not only are you really having a lot of guilt about things with, like, this situation and, like, this either significant relationship or marriage or children or whatever, but it's almost like now or soon you're learning something, too, about a spiritual relationship, and that's really gonna boggle your, I mean, it's really gonna throw your mind for a loop, because so much of, like, you thought you knew, like, you thought that you saw, and you're just going to see so much now about, like, more and more realizing, like, more and more and more about how you didn't really see. Like, this fox can see things properly. He sees his own reflection. He sees things as they are. And you're, like, not seeing. Like, how much in an illusion you were. Not only in your life. And that was the same thing Scorpio's was about, too, was just realizing, like, they did not see and how things were like not even real. And yes, all this is real, but not at the same time. You have a lot of stuff about moons and like the emotions and the intuition. Like you have here, follow the moon. Seek your answers within. You have full moon, completion. And this is also about not only the completion, you know, of a cycle, whether it's just a cycle or the whole relationship, but this is also saying, don't move too quickly to your next situation. Like, honor the full release of this. Honor the release, the change, the letting go, just honor that time for the in-between, not only for you to heal and release, but also learn that transitional part of things for yourself. Don't shortchange yourself of that. Don't just rush to something else, not only because that's codependent and out of fear, but there's things you have to release and let go of in a proper and healthy way. Not only that, but this is going to be a time for you. This is shape-shifting. So this is going to be a time for you to really think about, like, what do I want my life to look like? Like, now realizing that everything you molded before wasn't really true and it wasn't who you really wanted. And now, like, realizing, like, this is an opportunity moving forward where you can make your life really what you want it to be. You can make it who you really are. And this might also be a time where you got to realize who you are. That's why it's almost like don't rush too far forward. You don't want to go into someone else's energy while you're going through this transitional period of realizing who you are, realizing what you want your life to be. What do you want? How do you want to present to the world? Like shape-shifting. Shapeshifters can either be very narcissistic or codependent, but it could also be good if you're aware that you're doing it. There's certain situations you can use to benefit that in your life. But it's also saying too that you can mold yourself and your life however you want. You know, your thoughts create your beliefs and your beliefs create your reality. So maybe now it's having, you know, this emperor, like, more control over what reality you want to build, that you want to create. And then when you decide that and take this time to do that, you know, this veil is lifted. It's cleared. You have a lot of things about emotions, cycles, the moon, illumination, perspective, awakening things, like seeing things properly. It's like you're awakening to coming out of an old cycle and you have like completed some karmic lesson that it seems like you got a little bit of some things to fight through to wrap up, but the light does come, the illumination comes. And I have to say, the wisdom that comes from it is crazy. I mean, whether you become a type of healer, whether it's just old ancient wisdom, whether you really do tap into that thing, like I said, of like Akashic records, whether you start downloading information from past lives, whatever. I mean, I think it's coming anyways, but if you just jump to something else, you just got a bunch of more stuff you got to like wrap up. And you're really making it really difficult on yourself. To where you either delay it or it's just gonna hurt. I don't recommend it. But you know, you have the energy at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles, the Lover's card, the Eight of Wands, Four of Wands, the Chariot, the Moon, again, like everything's how you see it. It could be you weren't seeing things properly again, like this is something else about not seeing properly. He's a cat, he sees himself as a panther. So on one hand, you're like, well, I was not seeing anything properly and realizing the illusion of it all. Or it could be like, I can see myself however I want to be with the shape-shifting card. I don't have to be a cat. I can be a panther anytime I want to. And you realizing what you want it to be. Seven of Cups. What do I want my future to be? What do I want? What do I want myself to be? And the King of Wands, going after it with that level of passion and enthusiasm and knowing. And Nine of Pentacles, you gain it. You get it. You are now it. Independent. All up in your stuff. And here's the Sun card. And you walk away from things that no longer serve you. It could be your counterpart. You know, maybe this other Queen of Wands, or you find your other counterpart. And you now know who she is. And maybe you go after her, or you talk to him or her. You work on your money in the meantime. Manifest and waiting. Working on yourself. Going within. Ending cycles. Yeah. And creating your King and Queen of Wands. But you got to go within with your inner demons first. Before you can have this. You got to focus on your inner conflicts before your outer conflicts can resolve themselves. But you do it and you end the cycle. The World, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the end of the Five of Cups energy. I'm not going to just keep going on. Like, this is clearly a very, very, very karmic cycle. Like, clearly. See if I can get this in. It is going to bring you balance, but this crystals card is also telling you what to focus. Like, watch what you're focusing on, because whatever you focus on, that energy is amplified. Make sure it's on positive things. Make sure it's on manifesting what you want and not what you don't want. Make sure you detox your environment, meaning people, places, things, thoughts, foods, actions, whatever, that are not serving for your highest good. Because when you're in a transition period like this, you want to cleanse your energy and cleanse your body. Virgo, end of August, September, please. Virgo. Selenite, that's about focus too. So really focus. Watch what you're focusing on. What are you guys focusing on? Make sure you're not in a negative mind frame. You do not want to be in transition or manifestation mode in a negative mind frame. Trigonic Quartz, the soul's code. Holds the secrets of the universe and rapidly expand your awareness of multidimensions. Akashic records, like I said, past life. Cosmic coding for the soul. You are an eternal spirit on a human journey. As a result, you may feel that Earth is not your true home, but remember that you are here for a purpose. Expand your awareness, restructuring your physical and subtle bodies, beliefs, and realities. Birth your soul fully on Earth if you feel alienated. Meditation triggers your soul's full potential and purpose. That's exactly what I was saying. In reintegrating fragments of your soul, you bring about wholeness, integration. Recognize the multidimensional breadth of your own soul. Remain honest to achieve success. Reach beyond apparent reality and karma. Let go of conflicts. Renegotiate soul contracts. Heal soul traumas and the etheric blueprint. Expel toxins from the physical and subtle bodies to download higher frequency spiritual energies and integrate the light body. Exactly. Expel toxins from the physical and subtle bodies, so that you could reach higher frequency rise and integrate the light body. Your soul provides everything you need for well-being. That's amazing. All right, I'm going to read this real quick for you too. Selenite was the other one at your bottom of your deck. Divine light. In the ancient world, selenite protected against wanderings of the mind. It invokes mental clarity and divine inspiration. Spirituality is vital for you. You are a translucent soul who moves fluidly through time. Use insights wisely. Avoid confusing past with present. You see into people's hearts to what motivates them. Do not be manipulated or too eager to please. Stand by what you know. You have the gift of clarity and mental flexibility with the power to make excellent decisions. A situation is unpredictable no matter how solid it appears. Be prepared for challenges and changes. Banish confusion. Clarity is needed. Allow divine light to inspire the future. Let go of something dear to you. Parting does not mean loss of love. Reconciliation is possible. Make the first move. Overheard conversations enlighten you. Being in the flow strengthens your well-being. Listen, I'm going to go before this time's out. Hit me up for a personal reading if you want one or more clarified than this. Email me, leave a comment, like, share, comment, hit the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for everything. Email me if you need anything or leave a comment. Hit me up for my services, readings. I'll be leaving them in the description, but if you want a list of them, just email me and I'll email what they are right now while I'm putting together my description thing or whatever. But keep your head up. I love you guys. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. You know, all that stuff. Keep your head up. I love you guys. I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.